Ended a few days before Halloween. Trick-or-treat socks. After trying to get a few hours of sleep and showering off the champagne that soaked them from head to toe, the Mets will be saluted in a parade through lower Manhattan that's about to get underway right now. The caravan of cars will roll on Broadway at Battery Park near Bowling Green. It then heads north on Broadway to Chambers Street to a ceremony on the steps of City Hall. And, of course, you'll see all of that right here on Channel 4.
We just had tremendous heart and willingness to win, and I'll just reflect on that. Just my involvement with these guys and just the camaraderie and the closeness, genuine closeness that this ball club has.
We were just not to be denied. That's the way this ball club kept being all season, and we just felt that once we got to Boston and won 2 out of 3 there, and we were going to come bring it back home, that we had a great chance of being in front of our hometown fans, and I think our fans supported us outstandingly, and hey, we're the world champs.
The final score of the game was 8-5. Years from now, people will not remember. In fact, most people today don't really care. The Baseball World Championship, once a New York fixture with the Yankees and once with the Mets, has now returned to the city after an 8-year absence. And I think that's why just about everybody you run into has a smile today.
Thank you.
Here, they've only been lining up since 9 a.m., and perhaps some of the more excited people happen to be right here. Maybe you know the guy with the Mets cap on. Did you celebrate last night, Mayor?
Well, I was at the stadium, and I must say that I've rarely been as excited as I was last night. It was very special. New York City, international capital. Today, it's a small town brought together by the Mets.
The mayor said a few moments ago that if champagne could grow hair, he'd have a full head.
See?
Also with us, Fred Wilpon, who is, of course, one of the owners of the Mets, who today must feel absolutely ecstatic.
I sure do. I feel ecstatic for the Mets. I also feel ecstatic for New York City because I think this pulls everybody together. And I'd like to just tell you that Ben Ward, who is over to my left here, who is in charge of security for the city, did one heck of a job. We had our fans and our people shown as real fine people, New Yorkers, and the world should see that.
Do you know that there are already more tons of ticker tape and other things on the ground right now than there were for the Mets parade back in 1969 totally? Over 568 tons, and the parade hasn't even started.
Well, I don't really know that, but I know that inflation does that to you.
Governor Cuomo, you look like you've been celebrating as well.
What do you mean I look like I've been celebrating? Yes, I haven't stopped. It was a magnificent moment for the city and for the state because the whole state was behind the Mets. And all that ticker tape, you know what it says? Every piece of it has the same message on it, because this is New York. It was wonderful, but we expect you to do it again next year.
Mayor,
Hi, Ben Ward is the guy who made sure that New York City on television last night was celebrated as a friendly host city.
how much security do you have out here today to make sure that things go smoothly today as well?
About 2,100 people, police officers out here now, but we can double that in a moment's notice, so we'll have enough.
And it looks like everything so far seems to be going well. When's the parade going to start?
Well, it's probably about 10 minutes from starting. This, as you know, is probably the 5th ticker tape parade that we've had since I became mayor. And it rivals, in my judgment, the one that we had for the Pope, which was very special. The love, the warmth, the affection, the goodwill. That's what the Mets are doing for the city of New York today.
Is the flag flying in Boston today?
Well, you know, we don't want to tread on them. They fought a good fight. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. It's better to win, Ray.
Well, congratulations again, Mr. Wilpon, and thank you all. And now we're going to go down to David Diaz, who is on Wall Street, and perhaps he's in the middle of the blizzard and the people. David?
Thank you, Jane. If you see the picture, you're looking at the spires of Trinity Church with a garland of ticker tape. And how many times haven't we seen that in New York City? The crowd full of anticipation. They're waiting for their Mets, and they can't seem to wait any longer. They've been cheering, already drowned in ticker tape, pieces of paper littering the street. A little while back there was a sign that said, Mets for mayor. Except, of course, you know, the Mets are already occupying an important position in the world, and that is world champions of baseball. Some of the people have been here since 2 o'clock in the morning, overnight, wandering around the Wall Street area as it was deserted, just to be here. An awful lot of young people who have obviously cut classes. There's been a lot of talk about the World Series this year, all the games being at night, and people saying that young people didn't get a chance to see them because it was past their bedtime. Well, a lot of young people are making up for it. If this year they didn't have to cut classes in order to see the game, they certainly took this opportunity, cut class, and come here to be here today. one woman from Staten Island authorized it. She brought her son here. She said this was one thing she could definitely feel good about having her son and her daughter cut class.
All right, Ellen, I'm on a platform overlooking City Hall, and if, as Mets pitcher Ron Darling complained the other day in the paper that there were too many suits at Shea Stadium, too many people who had been given tickets who weren't really Mets fans, well, the real Mets fans are here, crowding City Hall Plaza, City Hall Park, Park Row. There are literally thousands of young people, high school people, college students. I don't think there are too many kids in school today in New York City because this crowd is full of the real Mets fans. They have been here since 8 o'clock this morning, some of them. They're waiting for a look at their heroes, which they're going to get later on this afternoon when they appear at ceremonies here on City Hall steps.